Alright, the next story quest is called Going Haam, Haam, which I learned that HAM means hard-ass mode, but HAAM I'm not sure, so I'm assuming HAAM is going to be part of some other zone or location name. But the quest is given to us by Urianger. It's level 90. We are in Estinian's chambers in like Megaduta, or at least that area. Here we go. If one and all are ready, then let us set forth our preparations to complete. Our preparations to complete. Okay, weird way to say that. He says things in a weird way all the time, but that's also extra weird. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of alchemists at the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. We head back out to Radzatan. So, I proposed that my fiance and I, at our wedding, we do the normal, where are we going? Over there? Let's go here. We do our normal slow dance, you know, after the first slow dance together as a married couple. As husband and wife. And then, because she's a super big fan of BTS, we're going to South Korea as well, before our wedding, technically, so it's a big thing, schedules and whatnot, and visas. But I proposed that while we're in South Korea, we take a BTS dance class together, because I enjoy dancing. I enjoy learning new dances, choreographed or partner dances or whatever. And so we're going to, I think, try to get at least 30 seconds of choreographed dancing together. If we can do a minute, awesome. We're going to be doing it to a BTS song of her choice. It'll be a fast-paced song like Dynamite or Butter. And I just watched the Dynamite video and the Butter video back to back. I'm not a fan. I like Butter more than I like Dynamite, but yeah, I'm old though, so it's, you know, age really does play a role when it comes to the music of the times. But anyway, if I were to choose a club banger as my fast-paced, upbeat wedding song, I would probably choose Justin Timberlake's I Can't Stop the Feeling. It is one of my favorite karaoke songs. It does very well at karaoke generally. People seem to enjoy it. They get up and dance, and I do a good job of it. That would probably be my primary choice. Or like Shout, you know, is a classic, but the kids don't really know it these days. And anyway, and Shout isn't really a partner dancing thing. It's not like, there's not a whole lot of choreography to Shout other than bouncing around and then getting low when you're, you know. Anyway, sorry, I digressed way too much. You don't care. Let's continue. Talk to Urianger here in the High Crucible section, Alchemia of Radzatan. Cutscene. The elder Varshan body has come. My apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Y'shtola's plan in greater detail. We nod. Zero just kind of stares. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mare Lamentorum that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telophoroi spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world. Thus must we seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal unto the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ilsabard contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe that they would not refuse us. So perhaps we should concern ourselves with the ether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. Okay. Occasionally when I'm trying to do Varshan's voice, it slips into Irish or Scottish. Don't ask me why. I couldn't tell you. Where's the arrow down there? Like, I don't remember ever going to an airship landing here. Have I? Alright. Wind up Mistel, aka Gratia. You have served your purpose. Let's go with another rando. We get Horsefon. I think I had him recently. I don't remember how long ago that was, so we're just gonna go with him. Main Aetherite, teleport to airship landing. Go through these doors. I don't think I've been here. Anyway, I may have come in here once, but not from the city side, you know? From the landing side. All are present and accounted for? Excellent. We shall travel to Charlian and thence seek the nearby Isle of Haam, Haam. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of ether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by ether harvested from the isle. But as well you know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage unto Ultima Thule to the very limits of existence was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. As such, the Isle of Haam's vast ether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the forum's permission. Yet again, with needing permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear, and as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, no longer are we a recognized collective, a somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail, the students of Baldessian. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Annex. Was I able to take an airship from... No. I don't think there's an airship. Yeah, so Old Charlian does not, as far as I can tell, have an actual airship that I can take willy-nilly to and from Rods at Han. That would be awesome. You can go to Limsa via boat, super duper easy, and then they have the experimental teleport to Thavner, so... where am I? I'm at the desk. Okay, so we're at the desk. Ojika Sunjika is here as usual. Welcome back, Mercy. What brings you here today, and in such colorful company? Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the student's assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Krile. She's in the main hall, sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. Proceed to the main hall? Why, indeed I will. Cutscene, I think? Probably. Yep. She's talking to the Black Bunny dude, whose name I will probably never remember, even though I sort of try, but not try, bro.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Oh, she's never met Varshan, and obviously Zero, but...
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Varshan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
Classic.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
I'm actually gonna take this screenshot. So pardon the interruption for a second. This will be the screenshot for the quest. The video, I'm sorry. Boo, 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 boo. Dang it, it's in my head now. I think they've used some kind of subliminal messaging. I don't know. What's this quest called? Going Haam? So let's save this pick really quick. I usually do this afterwards, so I apologize. It's just so much quicker and easier that I found it like right now. And it doesn't have the Windows Media Player buttons in the way.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see.
I knew it sorry, I suspected it started with an E, but the only E name that kept popping in my head was a Manalayan. But I was right, Erenville.
From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Krile fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
You're not.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage.
He goes on to explain the situation. The screen goes black. And we're back.
To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Haam. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th. Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble. If Gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession. It's true the Isle of Haam is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission. Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Haam was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any cleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction. Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system. You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
By Erinville, whose name I will try to remember? Erinville. I have an ex-girlfriend named Erin. My middle name is Erin, different spelling.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Krile, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Bye, Krile.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward.
Do it, Krile. Kick some names and take some butt. She looks at the stacks of books and papers and whatnot on her desk.
A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
It'd be funny to have a desk that tidies itself. Magic.
And what have we here?
An envelope? Unopened?
Later, Krile, later. You've work to do.
I mean, usually envelopes are sent in such a way that they should probably be opened when you receive them, unless it says do not open until X date. That's just my thoughts. I'm not the leader of the students of Baldesion, so... Where are we going? 244 to teleport to Charley and Hamlet. Labyrinthos. Oh god, I need another song in my head. I can't. I got this feeling inside my bones. Alright, we got Margaret. M-A-R-G-R-A-T. Never seen it spelled that way, but it works, I suppose. And Urianger and Varshana here with 0 kind of off 10 yards, 5 yards. Cutscene again. This is not going to be voice acted. Visitors, how delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you caught me in post-deadline bliss. She's got kind of like light charcoal hair that flows down past her shoulder blades, glasses, a very sweet, pretty face, but somewhat dark skin. Yeah. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how Aether harvested on the Isle of Haam was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Pardon me. It is the top of the hour. This should be quick. It usually is, I mean, relatively quick. I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. I don't need no reason. Don't need control. Do not remember the words that well, so here I go. 'Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. See, I don't remember the word. I usually have a karaoke prompter in front of me. I can't take my eyes off it. Moving so phenomenally. Room unlocked the way we rock it. I don't think that's gonna be enough to get me. Okay. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store ether, just like we can use casks to store wine. Simple, really. It is actually kind of like, not light like charcoal. It's a little bit lighter than charcoal, but yeah, her skin is actually darker than her hair. Wearing like a white sage's kind of gear, like a white jacket with some straps here and there for scientific tools and such. Simple but quite brilliant construction. They rivaled even crystals for ethereal capacity. A pity we never got to use them. Ah, how muddled and distant the memory, when Doom's deadline loomed large and we extricated ourselves from a waist-high mire of work only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Why, I feel positively functional, she says as she dances, oddly. I dare say it rivals the feeling of dancing on the knife edge of failure. Oh man. We're all just kind of looking at her, unsure. We are glad for you. Quite. On the subject of the ether tanks, do you know what became of them? The crazy lady stops dancing, puts her like forehead in her palms. What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. We're all just kind of waiting. Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well, we shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look after thyself. She gives a wave. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. Oh, Urianger. I wonder if the writers have a field day figuring out what you'll say. We head southeast. Southeast. Oh my. Sorry for who I am in life. Can't go that door. Urianger's got that spot taken care of. Can't go through that door. Kokol Dankol. We'll talk to you. Aren't you the engineer dude? Like our awesome, energetic engineer friend? It is, I think. He's wearing kind of a straw hat for sure, and an open chest, like an entirely unbuttoned, showing his skin underneath a necklace, but like an unbuttoned, I was gonna say a Hawaiian shirt, but it's got like cactar and white flowers and some green leaves. It's not quite Hawaiian, but it's like that style, you know. And the rest of the shirt is kind of a brownish orange underneath all the green and white. I think he's Scottish. If I'm gonna make him Scottish. The face that launched our teeny tiny toy boat. Have you been, Mercy? Able to catch a bit of rest? Again, I apologize for my accents. I explain what we're doing. Well, if I don't know about the ether tanks, who in Byre God's name would? Born right in me very own workshop they were. The rest join us. A pleasure as always, Master Kokol. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some, but I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. And he does so, and the screen pans up as it is wont to do. Goes black, and we're back. I believe that's called exposition. I don't remember for sure. I see. I think I've got the long and short of it. goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our Aether tanks, then they're yours. They're at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the Forum's approval to set foot on the Isle of Haam. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out. But that lot can't wipe their arses unless it's in accordance with procedural motions. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate, says Fortuno, joining us. With Krile. And the dude whose name I can't remember, like the guy that likes us in the forum. Benoit? No. Thylax Stompin' Thighs, Master Fortuno, and Scholar Montagine, that's what it is. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Haam for the purposes of Aether extraction, on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of Aether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any such creatures you encounter. Krile nods. Zero crosses her arms. That's all. Given the vast amount of Aether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire, says Montagine. Nay, we simply owe the students of Baldesion and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude. We have taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Haam. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Gets nods from all of us. Then I'd better get those Aether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need them, assuming it's safe. I don't know what that accent was. It was kind of more pirate than Scottish, but that was Krile, sort of. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call, says Krile. And those three turn and go. We actually kind of follow the same direction, so except for Krile, who goes in the exact opposite of all of us. And on the docks, just instant teleport is fun. We have a cheery captain. Another cutscene. We'll see if this is voice acted, but I think not.
Bound for the Isle of Haam.
Oh.
You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect.
I thought I had it. I have no idea how to tell if it's going to be voice acted or not.
If you're ready to depart, and so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
Urianger was kind of looking side to side for someone.
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
I want to say Thancred, but it could be Graha. It is Thancred.
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly.
Thancred looked him up and down, and then realized.
Urianger tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
She does the hat tip thing.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee.
Oh?
I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful, that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
He's saying all of that to Zero, by the way, if you didn't catch that. I think that's in regards to him being possessed by an Ascian at some point. Alright. The Aether font is now accessible. And as usual, I will watch a video to figure out how to do it. I will see you soon for that dungeon.